All right, so for this project, we are gonna start with 7 of these bowls. I got them from Dollar Tree. You're also gonna need some E6000, and you wanna give yourself enough time for this to dry overnight. You're gonna place it on top. We're gonna do this again, and we're gonna do one more set. All right, now that we've let these dry a little bit, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna be taking my E6000 and I'm gonna go around the top. All right, so we're going to stack it on top, make sure it's centered, and we're gonna do this one more time. All right, so we've let this dry overnight. We're back to go to our next step, which will be painting. I am using Dixie Belle Vintage Duck Egg Chalk Paint. And what we're gonna be doing is we are just gonna be covering all of the bowls. We have assembled all the bowls together and the paint has dried. We're gonna move on to our next step, where I grabbed 2 of these. They come in a 2-pack of, it's floral foam. And what I'm gonna be doing is I'm actually gonna be gluing these 2 together. And we are gonna trace around the inside of the hole that I created until we are able to pop it out. So we're gonna go ahead and paint this really quick. I'm gonna use the same paint that I used on the bowls, and we are going to be attaching it. So we are going to take a solar light. So what we're gonna be doing is we're actually gonna be taking this apart. We're actually gonna take a lampshade. We are going to put the top part of our solar light, and it's gonna nestle right in and stay. So we have a really cute lamp that we're gonna use for my outdoor patio area. And there you have it. Here is my finished DIY cordless solar lamp for my outdoor patio. I hope that you enjoyed this project and feel inspired to try this on your own.
You want to pick up 2 bowls. Make sure they are ceramic or glass and that they are heat proof. I took them home and I'm going to give them a coat of spray paint. They have kind of this matte black finish, but I want to add some texture to make them look like stone. Once the paint is dry, these bowls have a really nice textured look. I'm just going to use some really strong glue to adhere them together. In the top bowl, I am going to add 3 wicks. You can pick up a pack of these on Amazon. I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue to secure them to the bottom. Then I'm going to grab 2 wooden skewers and wrap the wick around the skewers. This is just going to hold everything in place when I pour the hot wax in. A great way to make your own candles is to reuse existing candle wax. I have a couple of these Dollar Tree tall pillar candles, and I'm going to place them in some boiling water. Now make sure you're wearing gloves. These can get really hot, and I'm just going to gently boil this until all the wax is melted. Once it's completely melted, I'm going to pour the wax from all the candles into a metal container with a handle. I'm opting to add a little essential oil for some scent here, but you don't have to do that. You can skip that part. And now we're just going to pour that melted wax into the candle that we created with the salad bowls. Then you're going to want to walk away for about 24 hours. When it is completely set, you can trim the wicks down and use your candle. I hope this inspired you to grab a ceramic salad bowl from Walmart and make your own candle.
All right, so we're gonna get started with, I believe I have 5 of these bowls. You can find them in the party section at Dollar Tree. So what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna be taking my hot glue gun, and I'm also gonna be taking some super glue, and I'm going to be attaching these bowls face to face. So we'll start with the super glue, and as that sits for a moment, I am gonna go back in with my hot glue. Before we recreate this same idea, what I want to do is I want to give this a little bit of weight. So what we're going to be using is we're going to be using plaster of Paris. Essentially, the way you're going to mix this is you're going to do 2 parts plaster of Paris, 1 part cold water. So we're just going to stir it until it's kind of like a smooth texture. And then we're going to let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, so this is actually still drying, and I realized that I can actually glue this and then let it finish drying with the other bowl on top of it. So we're going to take our hot glue and go around the edge. Okay, and we're gonna flip this over. All right, so we are going to allow this to finish setting. It's gonna take about 20 to 30 minutes to set, and then we're gonna finish this project. All right, for this step, I'm gonna be using this Rustic Brown Wood Effects water-based stain by Behr. It is in the color rustic brown and it is water-based, so you don't necessarily need to wear gloves for this part, it's optional. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up, and you'll notice that I also have a foam brush and I also have this wood plaque I got at Dollar Tree in the $5 section. Not all Dollar Trees have this. You have to make sure that the one you're going to does, otherwise you won't be able to find this. But it's just a wood plaque, and I'm gonna be staining the whole thing. And we're just gonna go with the wood grain across. Since this is a raw wood finish, really no sanding is necessary since it's already natural. But if you are working with something that maybe you need to sand down first, that is also fine. Okay, so we're gonna wait just a couple more minutes and then we're gonna wipe it away. Okay, now we're back. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna take a rag that I've been using and I'm just gonna wipe it away. All right, so we're gonna do one more coat, just like we did this one, and then we will do this side as well. And when we are back, we will move on to the next step. Okay, so now this part is pretty dry. The plaster of Paris is in there, it's not moving, and it is ready to be covered with our other bowls. So we're gonna take this set that we created. We're gonna set it on top. And I'm gonna do super glue, and then I'm gonna do some of my Gorilla Hot Glue again. So taking my super glue, going around. I'm gonna flip this over. Make sure it sticks like right in the middle. All right, so now I'm gonna be using some vinyl spackle. So this spackle is already a white color. We are going to start adding spackle to the surface. And it doesn't need to be super neat. You can make it a little messy. Just add a lot of texture. So I'm putting a lot on and then I'm kind of letting it kind of drop down, but also trying to even it out as I go. So we're just gonna keep going all the way around until this whole stack of bowls is covered, and then we will be back for the next step. Okay, for my next step, I'm gonna be taking my last bowl and we're gonna be gluing it to the top, especially now that this part is dried, and we are going to finish bringing this spackle, this textured finish, to this layer as well. So I'm gonna put my super glue on first. And then we're gonna take my glue gun with my Gorilla Glue sticks to add a lot of glue to make it stick. Actually, I'm gonna take some on this side too. And then we'll move on to the next step. For this last step, I'm gonna continue to use the vinyl spackle that I was using earlier for this part, but I am almost out of it, so I will be switching over to a Drydex spackle. It actually looks pink when it's wet and it dries white. So I know that it won't look bad once it's drying, but if it looks different, that's why. But I have a decent amount of spackle left, and this is also a great opportunity to go back over the spots that maybe I didn't get completely. So we're gonna keep covering this. So when I'm done with this step and we let it dry, we will be back. So for our final step, what we're gonna be doing is we are going to be taking our wood round piece and we are going to be attaching it to the top of this table. And we're gonna do it one of two ways. I'm gonna be using some E6000, and I'm also gonna be using my glue gun with my Gorilla Glue sticks to make this happen. So I'm gonna start with my E6000, because E6000 definitely, once it's cured completely, it will have a really powerful hold. Okay, so we are going to flip this over. Careful, don't burn yourself. I want to place it pretty quickly before it dries. Here is the finished product. I'm very happy with how this side table turned out. I spent less than $15 on this, sourcing everything from the Dollar Tree minus the glue. I think it looks great in my living room as a little side table for guests when they're over to hold on to beverages or just decor. Thank you so much for watching Home Talk, and I will see you in the next one.
We're going to start today's DIY with a remote controlled light bulb. This light bulb is so cool. It's remote control and battery operated. And there are so many uses for this battery operated light bulb, but we're going to turn a glass vase that I love into a lamp in an area that does not have a place for a plug. So we're going to take that little holster and we're going to glue that to the top with hot glue. And I'm not going to put glue all the way around. I'm just putting a little on either side because maybe later I want to be able to peel it off, and hot glue works really well with peeling off of glass. So we're going to add that little holster, and then we're going to put in our light bulb. If you have a vase that you love that may have a really large opening, no need to worry. You're just going to grab like a dinner plate or some kind of little flat surface, and you're going to glue that on top. And remember, you're not going to see it because your lampshade's going to cover it. And I actually like the idea of using a larger opening because you can fill it with something. Like this one, I'm turning into a lamp. This is like a cookie jar, and I put shells and sand in it, and that's going to be a beautiful lamp. So after you have put the glue on the top of your vase, we're going to take a clamp so that we can add that on top of the bulb in order to hold your lampshade. So you're going to take that little clamp, unscrew the finial that was on top of that, put that on top of your bulb, then grab your remote, and you can kind of see what it looks like going on and off. Then we're going to grab our lampshade, and this is just a plain lampshade. Put that right on the little screw that you're going to see at the top. Take that finial piece, screw that back on so it's nice and snug. And now you have a lamp. What's great about a remote controlled lamp is that you can put it anywhere. So you may have an area that has no light and no access to a plug, so you can't put in a regular lamp, so you can easily make one. And here it is in a hall that doesn't have a little plug area, and it's perfect there. I can just add it in that little space. And all in all, I'd say this project was so awesome and so easy, and it will take you no time to make it, and I hope you guys try it. I'm Michelle from Bella Branch DIY, and thanks for watching Home Talk.